It is being called a scientific breakthrough for clean, renewable energy. The Department of Energy announcing today scientists have been able to trigger a fusion reaction that creates a net energy gain, meaning the test created more energy than it took to run. News4Jax reporter Joe McLean is joining us live tonight, breaking down what this milestone really means for the future of energy. So, Joe, first of all, take us through how this experiment happened and what it found.
Well, essentially, Tarek, researchers at the National Ignition Center in California basically lined up 192 of the most powerful lasers on the planet and shot them at a tiny little piece of metal about the size of a peppercorn. Now, what they were able to create was a fusion reaction, which is essentially the same thing that keeps the sun and the stars burning in space.
The future of clean energy could be nuclear fusion after researchers at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California completed the first controlled fusion experiment in which more energy was created than took to run the test. Net positive energy. Alex Zylstra is one of the physicists who ran the experiment.
We want to take two light elements and put them together, specifically hydrogen into helium, which is basically what the sun does to produce energy.
Remember the 2004 Spider-Man sequel?
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
While Doc Ock's device in the film was exaggerated for Hollywood, Dr. Chris McDevitt, who studies nuclear fusion at the University of Florida, says the same core concept of fusion as a power source is essentially what happened in California.
So it's not steady state. It's not that you're holding this, little sun in Octavius's arms and so forth for as long as you want to have the large, controlled release. It's like that. You release a truly impressive amount of energy, but just for a very short period of time.
So short, in fact, that the whole fusion reaction happened in roughly 1/1,000,000,000th of a second, in which the target got 10 times hotter than the core of the sun.
The other part of this breakthrough is what that little target was made of. Those lasers were shooting at a little hunk of tritium and deuterium. One of those is an isotope of hydrogen, which is the third most abundant element on Earth, and the other can be harvested from seawater. So the fuel for this method is anything but scarce.
And if you were to be able to get it to work, to actually produce energy, you would have this source that it wouldn't depend on when the wind's blowing, it wouldn't depend on when the sun's shining, you wouldn't have any carbon release as a clean energy source. There's no plausible means that it could lead to a public health incident. There's no, large amount of radioactive waste produced.
The success of the experiment is just the proof of this concept, though. Researchers say it will take some time to further develop this technology so it can be put into practical use.
So for fusion, we kind of have a Wright brothers moment where we've gotten the plane off the ground, at least for a minute. But there's a long ways to go before you can build a jet airliner that can fly.
So as you heard there, it will take quite a bit of time to integrate this type of technology into U.S. energy technology. But the benefits, researchers say, is a clean, renewable, reliable, carbon-free energy source that allows the U.S. to achieve what's called energy sovereignty or complete energy independence, basically giving us a lot more freedom on the world stage. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.